Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my weekly reading update for May 27th, 2018. Oh, those weekends. Anyway, so I actually did pretty good with reading this week. I mean, I read enough that I've caught up on my what average I want to hit for the whole month, so that's great, because early in the month I did not read very much, or, I didn't get very many high numbers, so I'm really good. This last weekend and this last week has really boosted my numbers. So I think I'm going to hit my goal, which is fine. I mean, again, I don't like cry about it because again, April I didn't come anywhere close. So it's not anything new. So that's all well and good. So I did finish Margaret the First by Daniel Dutton. I finished this on Sunday night because again, I had like 25 pages left. I really enjoyed this in some aspects. I think it was very whimsical and it was very kind of an odd way to show it's not a biography, it's definitely a novelization of somebody's life. And Margaret Cavendish was a duchess in 1600s, and she very odd bird. She did a lot of things that were very strange, but she wrote and she tried to she philosophized, and she tried to do things that women at that time did not do. And she pretty much, I mean, she, it hurt her like the way sometimes the reactions, but she did a lot of things that not normal people did at that time, which I think was really great. So I loved part of this story because it was kind of weird and she was odd, and but overall I was just like, it was okay. It was short and the chapters were short, and you guys know about me in short. So the point is that I think it was good for what it was. I don't know if I would rave or anything. I still think it was a good read. I think it was a fun, fast read kind of thing. But I don't know. I was missing something. I really wanted a little bit more depth, and maybe it's because it is a novelization, or of that her story. I was looking more for biography, or more historical accurate. There's accurate moments in here. I think that was really well done. But I just think I wanted more play-by-play, I guess, and I shouldn't. I don't know. So I guess it just wasn't. I enjoyed it, and I'm glad I read it. I mean, this cover is gorgeous again, and it's so nice and soft, but it was nice. Anyway, so I finished that Sunday night. I did enjoy it. As I said, it's not. I'm not saying anything. It's just it was not like perfect for me or 5-star or anything. It was just it was fine. It was fun. So then I picked up Embassy Town by China Melville. Now this did take me all week to read, but I really enjoyed this book. It was, I mean, again, I should have known it was going to be a little denser than I was expecting. I thought, well, it's like 345 pages. I can blast through this in a couple of days. Oh, no. And then the fact the week was kind of rough for me, just long hours. But really, it was just so good. And I did want to get back to it all the time, but I just didn't have time. And then, it just took all week. And again, I think that's pretty typical. I'm not saying I'm not a fast reader, so I just dedicate a lot of time to it. So it's just, this is a science fiction, new weird, I would say, but pretty much it's a science fiction about a woman named Avice who goes to, who is from a planet that's kind of on the edge of the universe, of the known space kind of thing. And her town is called Embassy Town, where she grew up, which is kind of like, they're colonizing their little outpost, but the aliens that are from that planet they call them the hosts. There's another name, but I cannot say it. Rikia or something. So I'll just call them the hosts. Sorry. So they and they have a language barrier between them because something about the vocal and soul, and so it's really interesting on language. It talks about language and dealing with other cultures who don't speak the same way. And I liked the way that all went. It was a fascinating look at language. And again, being an English major, or whatever, I just loved that part of it because it's not something, and being a writer, I kind of got it. Like, a lot of it was pretty intricate, and I liked the way he made it all come together in the end. I seriously enjoyed it, and I love this main character for him. I haven't always liked all of his, I mean, again, I loved Perdita Station and I liked City in the City, but I didn't always love the guy in City in the City. And, you know, and I don't, City and Perdita Station, there was more characters. So anyway, but I guess I'm just trying to say is I really liked his female character and I thought he did a really good job on her because she wasn't perfect. And she could be cruel and she could be mean, but she also was trying her hardest and she made decisions that not everybody would make, and I thought it was realistic to who she was and what her background. Because anyway, I really enjoyed this. If you have not picked up China Melville but like science fiction, this is the one to pick up so far that I've read. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really well done, and I really enjoyed it. So I will definitely be picking up more of his. As I said, I've had a buying spree of him this year, and I bought like almost all his books. So now I've read 3, and I'm hoping to continue to read more of them. So that's what I finished this week. And I started last night, Lust Locked by Matt Wallace. Sorry, I got this from my library. It's the second book in the Sin du Jour series. I read the first one, Taste of Angels? Envy of Angels. Sorry, Envy of Angels last week. And I really enjoyed it. It was just a fast, quick read. This is turning out to be just the same. I'm about 75 pages in, so I'm about just under halfway through this already. So I'm really enjoying these. I just have a funny, weird thing about this is that I want more because I just feel like he doesn't describe everything. It's very light, quick, yeah, it's mostly action and dialogue. So I think if you're looking for a really quick, fun, urban fantasy read, this is a group of people who work at a catery, they cater to fantastical beasts for their events. The last one had to deal with demons. This one has to do with the Goblin King. It's just, I mean, it's pretty damn funny. And I really enjoy it. It's just, I don't want to buy these. I mean, I know that sounds bad. I bought the first book, you know, I don't know if it was on sale. But so I got the second book at my library. There's a couple more at my library, but they're all ebook or Overdrive. So I'm going to see if I might have to go to that if I decide to continue on. We'll see how I feel at the end of this book. But I do enjoy them. I don't know if I want to pay so much for something so light and so little. I don't know. So anyway, I am enjoying this so far. And as I said, and again, there's all these cooks who work there are hilarious, and the purchasing and procurement or whatever, you know, the ones who go out and like get the ingredients, those guys are crazy. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm probably gonna finish up Lusted today. Locked. I can't talk. Probably today because it's a pretty quick read. And again, it's a holiday weekend, so I'm trying to get a lot of reading done this weekend just because it's fun and I don't have to be anywhere or do anything. I have not restarted my audiobook on Bitten by Kelly Armstrong. Again, this is urban fantasy. And I really want to get back to this one. It's the first book in the Women of the Otherworld. And I read this, you know, long time ago, probably closer to when it first came out. And then I read the next 2 in the series, and then I never continued on. So I'm trying to reread this so that I can continue on. So I'm going to listen to this when I exercise. I just failed kind of that this week. So it is the audiobook I will pick up next because I'm almost halfway through. So I want to continue this and then continue this series at some point. But I need to get to that. So I mean, it was kind of, because I started the audiobook last year sometime, and I never finished it, so technically it's a current reading, but again, it's a reread, so. And then, I'm not sure what I'm going to read after I finish, Lust Locked. I did pick up last night my other library book that I've been waiting for months, but for some reason, I'm not sure I want to read it right now. Now, again, I used to know that I was a mood reader, and then I started BookTube and tried to start planning my stuff, and I found that, yeah, I'm still a mood reader. I can sometimes insert stuff that I didn't plan on reading, but I'm finding more and more that was hurting my reading because I was forcing myself to read stuff. So I think I feel the same way sometimes about my library books when the library holds finally come through, because I want to read it usually when I put the hold on it. but kind of like less locked. Like I put the hold on it last week and or early in the week, and then it came, and so I'm able to read it within a week of ordering it. So that's great. That means I'm getting to it, and I'm reading it when I feel like I want to. This book, again, was a new release in February, and I wanted to read it, and then I lost my hold. Somehow I went from like 5, and then it was gone, and then I had to re-put it in. So I finally got The Force of Nature by Jane Harper, and I really liked the dry. I'm not saying it was my favorite mystery, but it was really it was a good one overall. Like I had no idea until near, you know, when things started getting revealed, and I was like, it was awesome. I really enjoyed that book. A lot of stuff I didn't like about it, but that was just mostly because I was feeling sorry for the poor character, main character. So this one, I mean, I've started it, but I don't know if I'm in the mood for a mystery. And the first 20 pages were compelling. I mean, it's not like that's the problem. I just don't think this is what I'm calling, my brain is calling for. So I don't know. I have this book for another 5 days. I think it's due on Friday, or Thursday or Friday. I think it's the Thursday, actually. So I have a couple of days to maybe try to get this done, but I don't know. I want to read this. I still think I should, and I want to, but I don't know if right now is the time. So anyway, so I could pick that up and actually read that. I'm not sure. I've also been thinking about picking up The Winter Sea by Susanna Kersley. Sorry, my cats are freaking out in the other room. I read this a really long time ago, and I've been wanting to reread this because I want to read the second book in the series, The Firebird, and continue reading some of her books. I like collected a couple of them. And all I know about this one is, yeah, because I read it, because it has the dual timeline. It's like one of those mysteries, kind of mystery. It's not really romance, but like there's like this mystery element, and there's a timeline. There's 2 timelines going on. You're trying to see how they connect, and I think she kind of is writing a book on her ancestors' past, and somehow she's having these imaginings or dreams about what actually happened. And I do remember really enjoying this. So I'm kind of thinking of rereading it so I could continue with Firebird, or else pick up another one of her books that I have, because I do want to get back to her, because again, she is one of those ones I like that does that dual timeline that I enjoy. So I do want to try to read that. I'm also drawn to going back to The Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. I started this, I think, in February? I think it was February or March. I started reading this, and then I think I got sick, or I had a, you know, I think my head was stuffy. I don't remember. But I put it down, and then I just never got back to it. And I only made it, it looks like about 60 pages. So I didn't get too far into it. So I have not a real opinion on this yet. Again, it's a fantasy series, kind of Three Musketeer-esque. It's this guy and 2 of his friends, and they used to be great coats, and they've been disgraced because the king was killed and under their watch, and it's kind of, they're going through their making decisions because they don't have that many, so, or you know, they're not doing things they really want to do, and then they're framed for murder in those first 60 pages. So anyway, I kind of want to get back to this fantasy, because I hear this series is really good. It's a 4-part book series, so I only had the first one, but I'd really like to read that. And then I've also, because her new book has been out and everybody's talking about Circe's, I really want to read The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Now this is again a book that I just recently, well no, maybe like a year ago, I finally picked up, and I still haven't like read it though. I had, for years I knew about this book and I just never bought it, and then I got on BookTube, and there were people talking about it last year, and I bought it at a library book sale. So, or no, well, I don't know, I don't remember where I got it. It was library, or it was at Powell's, I don't remember. So I really do want to read this too, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna finish Less Locked today, and then I don't know, it could be any one of those books that I read next. So how's your guys' reading? Are you guys doing a lot of reading this Memorial Day, if you guys get to have it? I'm excited for a couple days off, and I'm doing a little vlogging, so we'll see how that goes. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.